Hey, what's up guys? Here for another Jund League. It's a bit late here where I am, but I'm in the Jund 'em out kind of mood, so let's get down to it. As always, let's take a look at the current metagame. Bit of a shift since the last time I was on here. We've got Blitz and Uro piles coming in at spots 1 and 2, and then Blue-White Stoneblade fell from 1 to 3. Goblin's still maintaining its very slow rise, and then the various mid-range and graveyard decks coming in 5 through 8, and then our hero Jund continuously falling, but then seeing some good matchups rise in the ranks as well. So maybe we start coming back up, but we shall see. And let's jump into a league. Let's actually get rid of my audio settings first. Cool. And let's go. Playing a very similar list to what I have been playing. I'm working on uploading a video of the Modern Challenge showcase thingamabob that happened this morning. Although in OBS I record in MKV files and I have to get those all converted to MP4s and then merge them. So as soon as that happens, that'll be uploaded. I think I'm actually going to bottom the Bloodbraid here. It's the only thing that I'm not guaranteed to cast for a while, and everything else I'm almost guaranteed to be able to cast. Looks like a pretty easy turn 1 Inquisition, turn 2 Thoughtseize plus Raging Ravine, then hopefully a third land to play Liliana. Alright, so Castle of Antris is probably signifying some sort of Temur Reclamation. Alright, I could just get basic Swamp here, but then I can't cast Ardent 6 if I draw it on turn 2, and odds I want to cast it if I draw it are high. I'll just go ahead and get the Overgrown Tomb. Not Blood Crypt because I want to max out on green for Scavenging Ooze. Alright, it does look like it's Temur pile. I'll take a Growth Spiral. Not a bad start. Alright, so there's our black source. So I think I really want this Liliana to stick. So I think I'll Thoughtseize now. I'm probably going to want to take their Force of Negation, so I think I'm going to hope that between this card and next card they haven't found the blue card. But then if they force something, pitching Liliana and using Force and pitching another blue card, like I'm kind of okay with it. We'll just see what happens. Like if they draw Remand or something, I'll play Peatland and then Remand it. Or then replay it, excuse me. They force it pitching a Factor Fiction. Okay, not what I was expecting. Alright, so that makes me pretty excited to cast Liliana next turn. Not entirely sure how good it will be yet. But if they force that, like what are they trying to protect? Maybe a Jace the Mind Sculptor? If Jace is the case, then I'm glad I've got a Lightning Bolt. I think I'll just pitch the Lightning Bolt. Actually, no, because like I just said, like if Jace is the case, I'll want the Bolt. I've already got the mana to Ooze, plus activate in the same turn. So if they pitch like an Uro here, hopefully they can't put 2 more cards in the yard to get it into play immediately. I don't dislike this position though. They're missing land drops too. Nice. So I really don't know what they must have discarded. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the Scavenging Ooze first, and then based on whether or not this resolves, we'll determine what I discard. I'm gonna put down Lightning Bolt because I don't want to make it overly obvious that that's what I've got. The 1 life isn't gonna matter a whole lot. I probably should just discard this Lightning Bolt so I have a backup threat. Like if they Jace at this point, I've got a way to pressure it. They kind of have to minus to return the ooze to my hand. Really don't know what they were protecting. I guess it could still be a Jace because had they had the land, they would have played it, but they didn't yet. So Jace still a possibility. Don't know what else it could be. Because again, at the time when we thought seized them and it was forced, their hand was just these 4 cards that I knew about plus 1. Maybe they were guarding that Snapcaster. That's a possibility. Not really a way I get bitten by doing this now. It's not like they can Snapcaster or Lightning Bolt because they don't have one. Alright, so that was happening no matter what. There was only the 1 creature in the yard. Now I can play second ooze. Alright, now I probably should hold up the Lightning Bolt. Or I guess I'm gonna bolt them because I want to play the I want to plus the Liliana. But I guess I'm just gonna be discarding the Lightning Bolt then, because I do want to threaten an ultimate, and I can't stop plussing. I suppose if I wanted to be super safe, I could just eat the Lightning Bolt now. Nah, I'm gonna want to eat an Uro. I'm gonna want to eat an Uro if they just cast one. Alright, they hit their Wilderness Wreck. I'll get the Bolt so that way my ooze is seemingly safe from attack. Now I just need more pressure, so Tarmogoyfs would be nice, Dark Confidant would be nice, Renin 6 would be fine. I think I want to keep the Liliana after the ultimate, so I'll plus once more. And then let's get in for the extra damage. I'll eat one of my creatures, or I guess the only creature. And the next turn I do plan on ultimating just to kill 2 lands. I could even put the piles Wilderness Wreck and 1 land versus 3 lands. Make sure I get the wreck. We shall see. So to note, I cannot get Stomping Ground with my Verdant because that is in the graveyard. I discarded it to Liliana. Two on the bottom. I'm gonna keep on eating some stuff to make their Uros worse. Suppose I should just get a land to continue eating. I'll get an Overgrown Tomb. Keep my double black after I sack a Peatland. And I'm gonna split the piles 3 lands versus 2 lands Reclamation. Bloodbraid's a good one. target you. So it's gonna be Wilderness Wreck and probably. Okay, yeah, sure. It's gonna be Wilderness Wreck and probably a good land and a bad land, not excluding I want the Vanturous and the Wilderness Wreck to be in opposite piles. When they went 2 bottom with their scries, that's promising. Alright, so Wilderness Wreck. And let's put Triome and Island, giving them no blue sources for their the land for their castle. And then now that we've got a way to turn up the heat, let's turn up the heat. Nice. Pinging with the run in 6 doesn't actually change the clock at all. So I think I'll use this turn to just get back a land. That way next turn we can activate Ravine if we want. We're hitting for 6 now. Hitting with 6 again plus Ravine is actually 16. So that it is lethal to attack with Ravine next turn and both of our creatures this turn and next turn. Alright, I like the spell bombs for Uro considerations, and also we saw Snapcaster Mage. I expect my opponent to be playing Field of the Dead, so Pillage could have some utility. I also like Brutalities more than I like Inquisitions, because Brutalities hit things like Cryptic Command and Factor Fiction, whereas Inquisitions do not. Kolaghan's Command is actually not that great in the matchup. It tends to not kill many things, and most of their removal doesn't even touch my creatures anyway. They kind of just have to go over me with things like Shark Typhoon and Uro. I do like Tarmogoyfs. I like Tarmogoyfs against Temur because, like I said, like their removal is mostly damage based, like Lightning Bolt. Like if you're playing versus Sultai, then they'll have Fatal Push and the like, so I like taking out Glyphs, but here they could actually be very good. Bolt doesn't really do a whole lot, neither does Fatal Push. Fatal Push can kill the Uro though, so maybe I keep one. Run in 6 isn't absurdly strong, but it's still very good. It doesn't really kill anything out of them, but getting a land every turn is the relevant mode. Maybe I just shave one more Lightning Bolt. I like it for reasons of having outs to Planeswalkers like Jace, other than just attacking them, which I can't always do. So maybe I just leave in like 1 and do this. I like Pillage especially if I can have a Tarmogoyf in play prior to it, because then it's kind of like a time walk. Sounds good. Alright, so tap Breeding Pool means no Veil of Summer, so that makes me happy. Creature spell? That's a creature spell. Gonna go ahead and pop this off now because I plan on using my mana every turn. Not really gonna wait for the pre-rec turn. Could have taken Shark Typhoon there. Don't really think there's a consideration to taking the Uro. Especially because I have the Ooze. And I have the Ren in 6. Should probably just get the Ren in 6 down. I've got Ashiok to deal with the Uro. Although, I've got plenty of lands, and if for whatever reason one of these two things doesn't work, I'm going to want a way to for sure combat the Uro. So maybe I should just go ahead and try to get the Ooze in. And it is a damage race. They're not a Field of Ruin deck or a Path to Exile deck, so I think I'm okay getting basics here. Like I'll probably get Forest now and Swamp next turn. Maybe Overgrown Tomb next turn because that'll give me more green for the Ooze, but I also need double black for Ashiok. Alright, so that was their one new card. So that makes me happy that I oozed then, because now I've got a clearer way to deal with the Uro. Alright, so their Shark Typhoon may be adequate in pressuring the Ashiok, but I'm still going to do it now because I don't want them to have the chance of bringing back an Uro. I know my ooze is gone, but I'll still get my green in case I find another. Hit another Uro into Factor Fiction. Alright, so I can't really activate the Ashiok here because then they can cycle to get a 3/3 and kill it. Alright, and there's second ooze. So I think I'm just going to be playing Bloodbraid here. They can't really block it with their Shark without killing their Shark, and that means they're not attacking my Ashiok. Ooh, Pillage. Should probably just get Blast Zone. It's the way they have to deal with my permanents. Don't think they're going to be Castle Vantressing here. Because if they are, they're not Shark Typhooning. Alright, so they've got a 3/3. And I don't think they're going to be blocking my Bloodbraid. So I'll attack. If they block the Bloodbraid, then I'll minus with the Ashiok. Oh, I guess I shouldn't yield then, right? Yeah, I didn't suspect they'd attack. Alright, well they can't fetch. Not, at least not this turn. That was good. So do I want to bait with something like a Scavenging Ooze? I've got the land in hand, so I probably could. Don't think they're gonna like censor or anything like that. So yeah, let's bait with the ooze, and I'm purposefully gonna not play around Mana Leak because I want them to leak this if they've got it. Alright, then I guess I'll go to combat and see if that evokes something. So I guess their play could still be something like Force of Negation. I'll get Swampier because Shark damage could be relevant. Alright, so they did not fall for the bait. So at this point, I think I am just going to go ahead and cash in the Ashiok. It's going to die anyway, and I'd rather not feed their Uros. There goes another Shark Typhoon. So my clock is faster than theirs. So onus is on them to do something. We're even on mana, so no one's got the advantage there. I've got an activated ability as well. So given the opportunity, I do think I should be eating my creature out of the yard, because that means 1 Wrenn and 6 ping puts them dead. They could have Bolt again, but we've already seen a couple of those. I guess just one. Don't know how many they'd leave in. A reason to mill myself would have been to find more creatures to eat. I'm gonna play this land first because I don't want to put down the ooze. Alright, what you got? Worst case, I guess, would be Factor Fiction. Cryptic Command would be annoying. Alright, they got the Factor Fiction. Alright, Cryptic. This was a really good Factor Fiction. Alright, so Cryptic is their best card. Misty Rainforest represents Mystic Sanctuary, so I don't think I can put those together. Maybe it's like Cryptic Wilderness Wreck, you can have Remand and Bolt, or just these. I do have the, so here comes the Bolt. Alright, so I guess I should just fetch Shock, eat something on the way out. Then I'm going to 8, and their Shark kills me just a little bit faster. Alright, I definitely have to eat their Factor Fiction, or else they're putting it back on top with Mystic Sanctuary. I think I can beat one Cryptic Command, but I really don't have to face down multiple. Alright, so Remand I'm not super scared of, but I am scared of Mystic Sanctuary. It did mill one. Alright, their own Ashiok. Interesting. Got a bunch of lands off the top for us. That's nice. I imagine this is going to be, yep, the Sanctuary. Getting back Cryptic, yep. Going at me, huh? Yeah, that's one way to do it. They even found their third Uro. Disgusting. Well, they need 2 more cards to escape it. Hopefully they don't find like fetches here. Or they didn't. Need a spell. Bloodbraid would be great. Brutality's fine. I can actually kill the Shark. I can give it -2/-2 and like take an instant or sorcery from their hand. And I know they've got a Cryptic because they just Uro'd into it. So this was actually a really good draw. Alright, so let's target creature gets it's cast with 2 modes. Target creature gets -2/-2, and target opponent reveals their hand. Cast. You pay, discard. Oh, they forced. What did they pitch? The Remand? Yeah, okay, so they have a Cryptic still. So I'll just ping them. Force Negation's kind of a bad beat. I like pinging them here because it turns off fetch land for another Mystic Sanctuary. Sure. I need a Bloodbraid. They're just gonna Cryptic now. Don't know what to do. Yeah, bounce the Sanctuary, but they can't draw it this turn. I'm not sure what they would do with it now. Oh, they're escaping Uro, obviously. Okay. Yeah, I forgot they had like found another Uro. Yeah. All right. So I think this game's out of reach now. This puts Cryptic down, assuming they don't find the land. I mean, Bloodbraid could lead to some draws. All right. I don't think Pulse does it. Yeah, we can pulse them. Pulse the Uro. Attack them down to 5, and then we just die to the Uro. Die to the shark. Alright, so I guess the thing that I could have done differently that game was maybe I do take Shark Typhoon way out in the beginning. I was thinking more short term. Let's just run this back. Can't really keep this. This I can. This hand's good. Not really sure what I should be bottoming here. To be honest, it might just be pillage. I don't really have an effective way to leverage it. Like, it would be great if I had like a turn 2 Tarmogoyf for something, and then I could like use it for time, use it as a kind of time walk. Don't think I can bottom Spellbomb, although it is really early in the game, so maybe Spellbomb isn't super strong. But I do lose to Uro, so Spellbomb has that utility. I think I'm gonna bottom the pillage. I just don't have the effective way to leverage it. And there's no like Field of the Dead happening right now. So yeah, I think I've talked myself into bottoming pillage. My only real threat is Bloodbraid. I can't get rid of that. The opponent also mulliganed. I know you can't see it because my big dumb head's in the way. Dark Confidant? No. That's fine too, though. Hopefully this means that our Liliana will resolve next turn. Their hand's quite good. Remand's going to be very annoying, but Wrenn and 6 is going to be even more annoying. Especially since they're on a 2-lander. And I know I can pop the Spellbomb, but I still think I want to get it to nab the Uro. Tarmogoyf's not a bad draw. In fact, I think I do just want a Tarmogoyf because that lets me hold up the Spellbomb. And then them knowing about Liliana is not a huge deal, but it's something I don't want happening. Like, they're going to remand this almost definitely, and then if they find the land, I assume they're going to Uro, and then I can use Spellbomb on it. I guess I could have waited to play the land to hide even more information. Oh, they're growth spiraling. Interesting. Alright, well, I mean, now I have pressure down. Pressure is important too, especially when they're the game. They're the deck that's probably gonna win if this goes long. So I like this too. Alright, there's the Field of the Dead. Although they have 2 breeding pools. Thoughtseize is a good one. They're likely to just remand it. If I'm going to take an extra card type, I should add it before combat. They got a Factor Fiction. I'm probably just taking that. That card is way good versus me. I mean, the onus is on them, really. I'm the one with the pressure on board. Their Bolt isn't going to do it. They need a second one. They also don't have a red source. So if they're going to want to kill my Tarmogoyf, they need another Bolt and more red sources. Not bad. I could just play the second Tarmogoyf. That'll almost definitely draw the remand. But they haven't drawn their lands yet. And I really don't want them to do something like Cryptic Counterbalance. That'd be a disaster. The issue is I think I need to start pressing my advantage. Like this will bait the remand for sure. Like they would have Urrowed if they didn't draw anything. I'm wary of passing here, but I think I'm going to do it just because I don't want to get Cryptic. Like if they bounce draw, that sucks too. But I think Counterbalance is an even bigger disaster. And like I said, like they have to do the thing because we're ahead on board. We've got the resource advantage. Alright, I'm not super upset sacking the Spell Bomb without the card if it means I can get a Bloodbraid down now. It also works well in the face of counter magic because Cascading counts as 2 spells. I would love to get second green here in case I draw Ooze, which means I guess I'm shocking. Had this been a green fetch, I think I'm getting basic forest. They still don't have a red source, so they're not going to be bolting my 3/2. Alright, now they can bolt the 3/2, but they're shocking to do it. Now they're remanding Liliana. Okay. So yeah, I mean, I'm putting you dead on board. But they have to bolt, so they'll go to 2. Now my 1 of bolt kills them. A Renin 6 over 2 turns kills them. They're going to get to Urrow here, but again, I have Spell Bomb, so it won't escape. Alright. So I'm hesitant to say that I'm in striking distance. But I mean, I am. They have to Urrow and something else. They'll Urrow put them to 5. Something that is dangerous is if they hit like 2 lands here, they could get Field of the Dead going. Actually, I guess that isn't true because 2 of their lands are breeding pools. So they'll actually need 8 lands until something like that happens. Alright, and they did not find it. So sweet, we win the first round versus Temur. Grab some water real fast. Oh, well. I guess I'll do it in a moment. We have expertly won the die roll. They revealed Aluris. Alright, so probably mono red. Or some version of Prowess. And this hand's very good versus that. Very good versus that. Alright, so mono red with no 1-drop. Interesting. Alright, that's good. Probably should just lead there. If it's burn, I'm going to want to take the Eidolon to the Great Revel. It is burn, and they do have the Eidolon. So let's take it. Alternatively, I could just take the Boros Charm because it does the most damage to me. And then, because like I've got the efficient answer to the creature. Searing Blaze is going to be annoying because it can kill my ooze profitably, but I don't have a whole lot of creatures for that to kill anyway. Still, I think I should take Eidolon. I might need Bolt to win the race, and Push can go for the first creature. Also, this just makes my Goyf really big really quickly. Right, so they do not have Lurrus in their hand. Oh no, I forgot to play my land. Oh. Alright, I need to pay attention more. That's obviously my bad. Yeah, I got so excited I forgot to play my land. That's really, really big, because now I'm not playing a 5/6 on turn 2 painlessly. Yikes. Oh my god, that was such a big blunder. Alright, I'm gonna try to keep a level head and just keep on going. Alright, I'll just get Forest. Play my Tarmogoyf. Alright. We've got a 6/7. I mean, they take 1 more life. 2 attacks plus a bolt kills them. Alright, so Push is going to take care of the Swift Spear. Don't think I'm going to pay the life if I can avoid it. Alright, Blackleaf Cliffs is good. So this means I can push the Swift Spear, attack for 6, and I can also deploy Second Threat. Alright, so they are just dead as early as next turn, assuming no Lightning Helix. Another Searing Blaze is pretty annoying. Alright, so we have the kill. They're attacking? Oh, I guess they don't know that they're dead. They're just hoping they're going to 1 here. But we've got the bolt. Alright, so just as we drew it up, despite forgetting to play land. Alright, I'm going to send a quick text message. Alright, so Brutality going to be great, obviously. Crater Maker going to be fine. That's really all I've got for burn. Bob obviously bad. Thoughtseize going to be bad on average. This right here is 60. I would like to take the other Thoughtseize out. There's not much to bring in for it though. I mean, Thoughtseize, like, on average will gain you a life and get you information. So, like, it's not the worst thing. Like, it's probably better than just, like, cycling a Spell Bomb. I mean, I guess, like, Pillage could be a thing, but Not on the draw for sure. I think I'm just gonna experiment with the one Thoughtseize. I don't really want Ren and 6 because like Ren and 6 is conducive to the longer games, and those are the games you don't want to have versus burn, right? It just doesn't make sense to want them. Alright, unfortunately I don't think I can keep this hand. It's good if I find another land, but if I don't, it just does absolutely nothing. Like if this was Blackleaf Cliffs, it'd be at least interesting, because then I could maybe cast Lightning Bolt. That one's easy. Alright, I'll bottom a Bloodbraid. And I guess a Crater Maker. Like, I want to kill their first thing and then hopefully make Liliana asymmetrical. Not the ideal scenario. I can fetch basic mountain here to save some life, but then I'm not guaranteed double black. Kinda sucks. And I guess I should do this now in case they have like 2 prowess triggers. But I'll hold off because it may affect what they do in their first main. Like, I'll just respond to the first thing they do. But if they don't do nothing, it actually saves me life to just fetch this painlessly and then do it on my second turn. Alright, now I'll respond. I kind of have to lose the extra like shock here, because I want to guarantee the Liliana. Pretty unfortunate, but gotta do it. Like I could bolt the Eidolon, but then I'm taking an extra 2 off of casting stuff into it. Not a great scenario. I can climb back into it with something like a Collective Brutality. Go to 11. I don't imagine this ending well. Opponent has 5 cards. It's gotta be like Boros Charmants that puts you to 7. Then like this Peatland casting my Bloodbraids is pretty awkward. Yeah, I guess Seal makes fire if they're playing Lyris, which they are. Going for the face. Rude. I mean, we know their hand isn't lands. I guess we can see how screwed we are. Like, I could cast Bloodbraid. Like, Bloodbraid can hit Brutality, and like that's the way we could come back. It kind of has to be the way that we come back. So I guess I'll just discard an Inquisition here. Feels weird. But yeah, like this is gonna have to hit something like Brutality. So I'm at 4 here. I'm gonna have to try to go back up to 6. Get rid of a Path to Exile. I mean, if their hand is like Path to Exile, Rest in Peace, there's a chance, right? I mean, any burn spell kills me here, though, except for, I guess, Searing Blaze. I've got two damage on board already with the Seal of Fire, so it's like an actual any burn spell. Swift Spear doesn't do it, but even Goblin Guy does. Is this like a Skewer the Critics? That works. Yep. I am dead. I mean, we did okay for having 5 cards. I'm just going to resubmit. And then hope our 7 is better than our 7 and our 6 from last game. Excuse me, I hit the mic. Oops. Let's see that Collective Brutality. Hey, we did it. Yikes, though. This is not how I wanted to do it. Is it crazy to want to mulligan this? I don't think we can. Like, any other land turns this hand on. It's got to be red. And then having Peatland is pretty awkward. But Brutality is just so strong. Like, we really want to draw a Blackleaf Cliffs. Like, I'll even accept something that gets basic Mountain. Blackleaf Cliffs. Alright, well that gets basic Mountain. We're gonna, of course, go all the way up with this. I'll discard a Kolaghan's commands. Honestly, it's probably just both Kolaghan's commands. I'm going to want the Bolt to kill another thing, and this Liliana is going to be good. I don't think I want to play like tap this Peatland any more than I have to. But I need the Bolt, and I want the Liliana. Alright, well, Path doesn't do anything right now. Eidolon's going to be annoying, but I've got the Bolt for it. I guess I'll just take Lava Spike, because that reduces the potential of them double spelling. Damn, I hit the mic again. I'm gonna have to find a better spot for it. Alright, as expected, Eidolon. Right, not bad. I think it's best to probably just get the Liliana into play. Take my licking. And then I'm just going to go ahead and edict them here. And I would like it very much if this Liliana got to stick around. Right, they're just spiking the Liliana. I mean, that's kind of a game 3 too, you know? So it's hard to be really mad about that. Alright, so Bloodstained Mire is actually an okay draw, because it means we can get rid of this Peatland and still have a green source. So I think I'm going to fetch Overgrown Tomb and then sack the Peatland. But I'm going to need some pressure, or else we ain't going very far. Alright, that's pressure. we need another land for that one. Alright, and that's the best pressure. Unfortunately, they've got a path to exile. But we've got a Bloodbraid follow-up. And a Bloodbraid follow-up is going to happen because this path to exile is actually going to give us the land. Like, also having them path here is kind of a tempo play as well, because this means they're not skull-cracking us and getting us dead faster. I'm just going to straight go for the Helix instead. Okay. Alright, so I guess they're going to upkeep it, so if we have the Bloodbraid, which we do, we won't get to cast it yet. Alright, well, we drew the land anyway. This will get the forest. I mean, that hits a crypt, right? It'll add artifacts and force them to pop this now. Not a great hit, but I mean, it didn't do 0. They're targeting me. That keeps Goyf large. They probably should have targeted themselves. I guess it doesn't matter if they know they've got path, which they do. Alright, so I've got a source of pressure. Gonna probably want to save this lightning bolt to either win the race or kill the Lurrus, assuming I don't have a way to get revolt. Alright, it's gonna be close though. The opponent just hits lands, then I could be in an okay spot. Alright, that's Rift Bolt. I really, really don't want to pay any more life off of lands. Kolaghan's Command's solid. If my Bloodbraid dies, I can buy it back. It's also just more damage. I can use it to have my opponent discard a card at some point if I ever find a good timing to do so. To note though, I cannot Kolaghan's Command and Lightning Bolt in the same turn, so I'm going to have to plan for casting them probably one right after the other. Alright, I'm at 5. Rift Bolt comes off, I'm at 2. So I think I want to draw step this Kolaghan's Command now, because if they draw a sorcery speed thing, I'm going to want to not get hit by it. If they draw an instant, then like, so be it, right? Kind of sucks. I mean, we had a pretty good hand. This has been a good match, but like now I have to get lucky. Now I just have to get lucky is the bottom line. They drew it. Darn. Yikes. Damn it. What was I drawing? It's more lands. Damn. Alright, that one got away. It always sucks to like win the unlikely game versus burn and then lose the sideboarded games, which are like the ones you're supposed to have a better shot. Is it a mirror? Looks like it. Assuming this is a mirror, Liliana, an excellent draw. No run in 6. Small victory. Alright, well, Cling is not a traditional junk card. That might just be something spicy the opponent's got going. Or they could be some kind of Pyromancer spells deck. Maybe they're playing the Bedlam Reveler. Alright, 2 Cling to Dusts makes me definitely think they're more prowess oriented. Don't expect this to live, but I'd like to use my mana. This may even get gut-shotted, depending on what the opponent's brew has going for it. Alright, so yeah, definitely not Jund. Would love me a land, maybe even an overgrown tomb. Yikes. Alright, well I didn't hit it. Expect the Liliana to get taken. Yep. Makes sense to me. Hey, it's an overgrown tomb. Pretty perfect. Even got to save a life by it not being a fetch land. Hot. Probably not gonna live, but let's see. That's a good sign. Hey, it lived. I think I'm gonna want to munch on my opponent's spells. Should probably just hold up the green. I've got powerful stuff to do with my mana if nothing happens. So I'm probably fine just saying go. And I'll exile their Cling to Dust and step. If they kill my ooze, I'll buy it back. Alright, so they are playing some kind of Pyromancer type thing. And they're not playing Lurrus as a companion, so I guess I have to watch out for Bedlam Reveler. Alright, they mis-sequenced, so they lose that. Alright, well I intend on Fatal pushing and eating something, so I'm going to let Prowess resolve. I'll let the Crash through resolve. Not really going to impact the resolution of either of those two things. They've got so much mana and so many spells in the yard that it's probably going to be kind of hard to control a Reveler until I find multiple green. So I think what I want to do is just eat the creature that I'm killing right now and grow the ooze, maybe get it out of lightning bolt range at some point. No land to pair with that. So I guess I'm still just holding up Cooldown's command and or an activation on ooze. It's possible just getting the Renin 6 into play is fine though. Like it can kill a it can kill a Abbot of Carol Keep. Yeah, I'll get it into play. And then I'll just plus. I still get to hold up Fatal Push and Bolt. So this seems fine. This puts down Scavenging Ooze, but it's not like they're playing a Snapcaster, so I don't think there's anything I need to worry about at instant speed, other than like they've got Cling to Dust. But if they're using their entire turn on Cling to Dust when they've got that many cards in hand, then I'm probably okay. They did sacrifice 2 of their lands pretty early. Excuse me for a brief moment. Alright, so Spear is fine. I intend on Fatal Pushing it. Sure. I'll let them attack before deciding where. So I'm going to let them make the decision of where to attack first. They're just stockpiling creatures. Wonder where they go. Alright, so one spell means they get to kill a Renin 6. I'm going to let them make the first move. I think if I Fatal Push, they may respond by casting a spell, so I guess this way my Renin 6 gets to stay alive. And I can even Kolaghan's command to shoot a Monastery Swift Spear, and if they try to protect it with a Prowess trigger, I can then use the Renin 6 to finish it off. Alternatively, I can get the ooze out of bolt range right now. But a reason they would not have cast a Prowess trigger, used a Prowess trigger, is maybe so they can kill my Scavenging Ooze. But I was tapped out, except for Blackleaf Cliff, so they would have probably just done it on their turn if they had it. I mean, I've got backup ooze. I'll have them discard a card and I'll do 2 to a Swift Spear. And then if they save it, I'll use the Renin 6 to finish it. While I've still got a Renin 6. Might as well get a use out of it. I mean, my hand's very good, and I'm at 19. That just worked. I mean, that's fine, too. I mean, I guess I'll attack. And it does change the clock, pinging them for 1. So I'll go ahead and do it while I've got a Ren and 6 to make them entertain some kind of I guess defensive strategy. Like if I'm putting the aggro deck on defense, I feel like that's a good place to be. Alright, so they had a pretty good turn, but I still feel pretty okay. I've got 2 solid follow-ups and a removal spell. They can Reveler and get back into this, though. Let's just draw Lightning Bolt, make it easy. Alright, well, Tarmogoyf is good, too. Should probably kill the Soul Scar. Don't want them shrinking my Goyf. They can cast Cling to Dust to gain 3 life, so that's something to take note of. I mean, Cling to Dust means I still get to trade with a creature, so I'm just gonna slam the Bloodbraid, getting forced here for my second ooze. Cool. So once I'm done sideboarding here, I'm going to take another moment to send a few text messages. On second thought, I should definitely have these spell bombs in. I wonder if I have time. K-Command doesn't do a whole lot, and I guess I'll cut a Crater Maker. Hopefully I got that in time. Definitely because I have the read of Bedlam Reveler. I think I want the spell bombs. Yeah, I mean, I've got bolts, and I've got an ooze. Crater Maker's fine. I'll just hold it up. Hold up a lightning bolt. Don't think there's a reason to lose 2 life here. Especially when I would be losing 2 life for a creature that just gets Sealified. Alright, Manamorphose definitely means they're playing Bedlam Reveler, right? Like, if they just care about spells. I mean, it could just mean they have lots of prowess creatures, too. But it would make sense. Especially since they're not companioning. Did we even see white last game? This is like gotta take a Thoughtseize here. Yeah, Goyfa is the only thing they're gonna actually have a harder, like a relatively hard time dealing with. Unless they've got something like a Rest in Peace, in which case I could see taking Liliana. But even then, I don't have double black or even 1 black. Crater Maker and Ooze just aren't that big of a deal. Alright, they took Liliana. I guess that means they might have Rest in Peace or something like that. Maybe they wanted to like combo a Seal of Fire with the Bolt. I mean, I'll draw it out if that's what they've got. It's my best play regardless. Brutality is a nice pickup for when I finally draw a black source. I guess they'd have Path to Exile too. They're probably not playing Rest in Peace, given they're playing probably Bedlam Reveler. So I would assume Path. Alright, push. I'm doing that now. Yeah, their sequencing kind of confuses me, but I won't look into it too much. All right. I mean, I'll play the Crater Maker. I don't want to pass without using my mana. This gets Seal-fired, but then they're not sealing my ooze, which is a mini victory. They didn't have to do that now. They could have waited to see what card they drew because it's free. And they're playing Seal of Fire, so I guess they're playing Luris in the main. I'm just not entirely sure what the opponent is doing. Like, I know what the deck's doing, but they just seem to have a few conflicting principles, and their sequencing is kind of awkward. They could just be newer to the deck, which is, I guess, perfectly fine and valid reason. I'd like to find black mana eventually. Oh yeah, there it is. So I could escalate just to like gain 2 and have you lose 2. I think I will, and I can just discard a trophy. Although trophy is my really only clean answer to Bedlam Reveler. I'm at such a high life total that I kind of like just duressing them. Like, the odds this misses are pretty low. Like, my entire hand has some utility. So let's just hopefully clear a way for the Scavenging Ooze to rock their world. The opponent has disconnected. I will wait for you, because I have nothing better to do. I've got my I've got the modern challenge from this morning. Not this morning. Well, I guess it was yesterday morning. The whatchamacallit. I was trying to convert the files into MP4 so I could put them in video editor to merge the files, and I can't find a single free app that lets you convert files that are like an hour long. I guess they're like half an hour long, but I mean, they all want stuff that's like the equivalent of 5 to 10 minutes, and matches just don't go that short. I'll have to figure something else out. So if you got any suggestions, maybe anyone out there knows a good free software for merging videos, like if you've got a league and you, I guess if you've got an event like I've got, where you've got downtime between rounds and you don't really feel like having your viewers sit there for 20 minutes with you. You record each round separately and then just merge them later, like I'm trying to do. Got any good software suggestions that'll do that for free, ideally? I would enjoy not paying. I guess I'll just chill on my phone until they come back. I got nothing better to talk about, right? Looks like the opponent's still having some connectivity issues. Looks like I may just end up being 2-1 pretty soon. Alright, it looks like they've just lost due to inactivity. Kind of the unfortunate way to get a win, but I mean, a win's a win, I guess. I mean, it did look like we were ahead anyway. So not the biggest shame win, I guess. I'll take it, whatever. Little reminder of what our deck is looking like. We got one. Pretty unlucky on die rolls so far this league. Yeah. If they play like turn one creature, this hand's gonna be pretty okay. When we've got 3 lands, 4 spells, or 3 lands cast or 4 spells. Alright, cool. So it looks like we're gonna line up pretty well versus them. Solid opener, solid opener. I'll let them make decisions based on what they're going to do pre-combat before I Fatal Push. I'm not just going to get F6 value to get F6 value. Pretty good that I have the Maelstrom Pulse in case they've got a Stormwing entity draw. Alright, so now I have to decide what I want to Fatal Push. I think Sprite Dragon gets out of control faster, so I think I'm just going to push that. They're the same amount of damage now. Not gonna not use my mana, so let's play a creature. I've got a pretty nice series of plays rolled up. Hopefully they just play like another Soulscar Mage and we get them. Darn, another Sprite Dragon. This pulse would have been really good on 2 Sprite Dragons. Alright, I'm not gonna call the bluff. Odds they have something are pretty high. Well, maybe not. I mean, I guess they would have done it, right? Oh, it's light up the stage, sure. I mean, I plan on pulsing the dragon. Still don't think I can block, so I'll just get in the attack when I can. Playing that tapped is an okay sign. I guess they haven't missed a land drop yet. Maybe they have another. That'd be good. Paying life though. Okay, so maybe they have just like another light up the stage. But then I guess they would have wanted to shock. Maybe they just missequenced. Stormwing. All right. Bolt my ooze. All right, so glad I got in the attack because I surely wasn't blocking. Ooh, Bolt was good. I think I'm just going to take care of the Stormwing entity now. If this could have gotten basic Mountain, I probably would have. No lava darts in the yard. Doing that quick double check. And I guess I could just fetch shock and then gain a life. Doesn't put it out of lightning bolt range, but it could prevent some shenanigans. Alright, and then we've just got a string of Blood Braids coming up next. If they attack, I'm going to block. Make them use their spell. Sure. This doesn't even guarantee kill my thing. Like if they draw a land here, or like a light up the stage, it's really good for me. Darn. Alright, so they got lucky. I mean, their deck is like mostly instants, so it's not like bad luck. Alright, let's go for the 2-for-1s now. Let's hit like a Liliana or something. That does actual nothing. Alright, I'll block. Liliana or something? That's fine. Now I think I'll attack with 1. And then I will block if they attack. Marine's a good draw too. It's like kind of another threat that I get to play that gets to attack next turn while also getting to play the other Bloodbraid. So yeah, it's pretty ideal. You're going to snap off a block if they attack. Alright, so it just kind of kills my thing. Not a huge deal. So if I activate Raging Ravine and attack for 7, they're not dead next turn unless I activate Ravine again. So I probably should just hold up my spells. So I'll just go ahead and play Tarmogoyf, attack for 3, have the trophy available. And I do think I'll trophy one of the Swift Spears. This means that when I activate Ravine, we're forced to throw the other Swift Spear under the bus to stay alive. Then they'll be empty boarded, and I'm at 7. I don't think I can really lose from there. If I want to be super technical, I should probably wait until second main to play Ravine. But it like almost doesn't make a difference. Alright, I feel pretty in control of this one. Fetch! Fetch! Yeah! We did it. Alright. So, blue-red prowess. Brutality is a risky one. Because any prowess trigger saves like whatever creature they have. But gaining 2 could be good. And taking an instant or sorcery can be good. Same with Crater Maker. Like Crater Maker doesn't actually seem super effective. feel like Kolaghan's Command's on the weaker side just because it's my more expensive way to only do 2 damage. Running 6 kills like actual nothing. I think this is probably fine. I think I want to cut the Bob actually because they're playing Lava Darts and they're an aggro deck. Maybe I just like have 1 Kolaghan's Command. Go with this. So this hand's pretty good. I'm probably just gonna get swamped with the Mire and kill whatever they're playing here. Hopefully it's a Soul Scar because then I'm not losing a life here from a Swift Spear, but it's a Swift Spear. Okay. Still planning on just getting swamp. I'll let them make their decisions first. Please no Manamorphose into Stormwing entity. Again, I've got the pulse for it. Alright, and again, I think I should probably just be pushing... I think I should be pushing the Sprite. The issue is that I know they're playing Gut Shot. So like, I can Brutality. Like if they've got Mutagenic Growth, they can save... actually, I guess it saves either. But if they've got Gut Shot, the Brutality still kills the Sprite, but it doesn't kill the Swift Spear, so I guess I should probably kill the Swift Spear. Oops. Like, they may even just, if they have Gut Shot, do it now. They didn't attack? That's a mistake. Kind of want to get Stomping Ground here. I could get Basic Forest. Yeah, I'll get Basic Forest. Let me save the life. Plus, they might have Blood Moon. They fetched Basic Island. They usually don't do that. So they could have Blood Moon. All right. So what am I wanting to discard here? I can get rid of. There's not a whole lot I want to get rid of. I'll just do 2 modes. I'll get -2/-2, and I'll have you reveal your hand. And then, in terms of what to discard, I'll discard Peatland. It'll be unfortunate. You know what? Let's discard the Bloodbraid Elf. I think I want my lands. I want to be able to cast Pulse next turn, and I've already got a threat in Scavenging Ooze. So I'm just gonna hope they don't have exactly Mutagenic Growth. Like Gut Shot, I can beat. Cool. Alright, so I can Maelstrom Pulse that with my Blackleaf Cliffs. So obviously drawing the land here makes me wish I had kept the Bloodbraid. But I really wanted the option of pulsing. And I needed the red source anyway for Bloodbraid. Yeah, maybe that was a mistake. Bolt's nice. Definitely going to do it now so they don't get Prowess triggers on their turn if they've drawn Mutagenic Growth. Can't actually get out of Bolt range yet, so I'll just wait on eating whatever. Lose a life, gain a life. Way to kill Soulscar? Nope. Let's, suppose just get in. I'm just gonna try to maximize damage here. Ravine another attacker if my ooze somehow dies. Like I really want to close this game. I've lost this matchup a lot in the past because of my threat density, so I think that's the reason why discarding this Bloodbraid Elf was a mistake. I've also lost a lot of the games that have gone a long time just because the opponent has been able to amass just like a bunch of burn spells. So I think from the two things that I've learned, in that threat density is a factor and that going long is a factor, I've already made one mistake. I'm going to try to correct my second mistake of letting this game go a long time. Inquisition's pretty okay. I can fetch basic Swamp to activate Raging Ravine. This means like if they have a Bolt, they're not going to be able to kill my Ravine. So they got 4 lands in play and only 1 spell in yard. Yeah, they can't. They're far from it. Let's get this thing out of Bolt range. Put you to 2. Now I've got 2 lethal attackers. Well, that doesn't really do a whole lot. There's still 3, 4, 5. There's still spells away. They'd have to draw like running Manamorphoses. Crash through doesn't actually add mana because they spend the mana and effectively gain a mana. This abysses both of their creatures. They have to block. And I don't know what stupid thing could happen, but I'll pay the life to have the option of exiling their yard whenever I want. They've conceded. Nice. So far the only loss is to the burn deck that kind of stole it from us. Not a bad run. We are going first, which makes this hand a little bit better. Don't think we can keep a hand on the draw with nothing to do on turn 1 or have something meaningful on turn 2. Trophy is kind of awkward these first few turns. It's not something I want to be casting. But Liliana is really powerful display on turn 3, especially on the play. So on that power I should probably keep. And it might be a mirror. This hand is not set up very well to deal with the mirror. Alright, well, mountain means it's not a mirror. Burn again. They didn't attack? That's a mistake. That's the second opponent that forgot to attack. I guess I should just hold up trophy. That leaves me something to immediately eat with Scavenging Ooze. And if they've got like Searing Blaze, they won't have a target for it, and then I take 2 off of Goblin Guide as well. So I guess I'll fetch basic Mountain with the Bloodstained Mire. And then trophy. Liliana on top. Well, I don't want to take damage. They're not guaranteed to have a spell, so I'll just hit the one that's guaranteed to hit me for 2. Giving the opponent a land, especially against Burn, is really scary because this lets them do stuff like this. Really wish that was an Abrupt Decay. I think I'm just going to get Swamp. Edict them with a Liliana. I mean, yeah, that trophy being a trophy is probably what's going to lose us this game. Yeah, this ooze is gonna tear us apart. Like, I need a Bloodbraid. It's the only spell in the deck that doesn't trigger it. Yeah, I mean, I've been saying for a while that I really don't like trophy. And here's a prime example of where, like, it being good wasn't even good. Alright, we lucked out. We drew a Fatal Push. I think I'm going to be fetching basic Forest here. I'm going to want second red for activating Ravine. So that means Overrun Tomb is the discard. Doing this now so I can cast an ooze. And I guess I should fetch now so I can immediately eat something. And I'll wait till their turn in case they're playing something like Skullcrack. I'll make them cast it on their turn. I mean, this ooze has 3 things to eat. Alright, I guess I'll eat now. Because they can't Boros Star main response. So I'll go to 7. We'll go to 4 cards in hand. Not ideal. I mean, I can gain 2 more. Alright, that advantage. That's good for me. Searing Blaze. That's bad for me. So now I have no pressure outside of a Raging Ravine. And I'm at effectively 1. Alright, Mountain's actually not a bad draw, because that means I'm getting Ravine in now. So if the opponent somehow bricks out for multiple turns in a row, this Ravine can get in there. I mean, it has to be Boros Charm to kill me with 1 card. I mean, we're hitting for 5 and then 6. And then 7, so... Oh, actually, no, they have Rift Bolt on suspense. So yeah, it's actual anything kills me here. Except a land. Even Searing Blaze does it. Because they can hit my Ravine when I attack. Alright, they drew a Tarn. That's a Tarmogoyf. Alright, so now their creatures no longer do it. I need them to draw lands and I need them to draw creatures. Creatures like an Edict with Liliana. Alright, that'll do it. I am dead. Dead. So, classic burn, the grudge match. Brutality in. Crater Maker in. Out. Dark Confidant. 1 Thoughtseize. Run in 6. Submit. Not overly prepared for this matchup, and it's possible I should really slant more towards it. It's not on the metagame snapshot as a top 12 deck, even, is it? Sounds great. Blitz is number 1, but that's not Burn. Yeah, Burn is not a top 12 right now. Doesn't mean it's not good. Alright, so I need to plan my land drops. I've got Liliana of the Veil, which means I'm going to want double black. I'm going to want lots of green for ooze, so that one's definitely Overgrown Tomb. So I guess I could get Overgrown Tomb now. Not now, like end step. And then get a Blood Crypt immediately following. I'm going to want to fetch Painlessly, though. So I think what's going to happen is I'm going to get Blood Crypt now. Get Blood Crypt now with the Wooded Foothills. And the next turn I'll get Basic Forest. And that'll give me all of my colors. Most of my lands are black to cast Liliana. Don't think I want to get Overgrown Tomb and Mountain. Mountain doesn't really cast a whole lot. Except for Bolt. So let's plan on Blood Crypt and Forest. Alright, so Blood Crypt and Forest. That's the plan. Ideally, the opponent plays a guide and gives us another card to escalate with the Brutality. I'll use my Scry here with the Wooded Foothills. Nice, we did it. Perfect. Alright, so this will get Blood Crypt. Does having another Verdant change my mind? I think this makes me want to get Blood Crypt more, because I can get Basic Swamp and Basic Forest with the 2 lands. I guess I got Forest first for no particular reason. Alright, well now I'm definitely getting Forest. Alright, now what am I discarding? I think it's going to be Ooze, because Tarmogoyf is by far a better threat. And I want the Bloodbraid. You know, at this point, I'm probably okay just ditching a land. Like, I'd like to keep 2 threats, because like I said, even last round, like the ways I've lost this before are like I just haven't had the threat to close the game. Like you can have all the 8 pieces early, but if you don't have a way to actually finish it, then they'll just redraw all of their spells and eventually kill you. And I think discarding Ooze is probably right. I don't really have a whole lot of green to go about eating creatures, and there's not really even a guarantee there's going to be a whole lot of creatures to eat. So now I can Liliana. Start attacking their hand after killing the Eidolon and taking 2. Your Eidolon did 2 to me. Their hand's a lot of lands too. So I guess I should probably Bloodbreed. I think I'll discard second Bloodbreed. Because like next turn I may be able to double spell. Discarded a Rift Bolt, but I know they have a land in their hand. Strange. Nice. Let's just drain them. I know they've got a mountain, unless I mistracked their hand. They shocked, so I guess I did. Yeah, I just mistracked their hand. Unfortunate. I mean, this Liliana has done some work so far. 8 a burn spell, forced a Skullcrack out, killed an Eidolon. We've got a lot of pressure now, and we're at 12, so I feel pretty good about this one. Well, this is the one where we're on the play. Yeah, I guess Rift Bolt is something I forgot about briefly. Alright, well, we've already got Liliana in play to deal with that. Make Goyf a little bigger. Bigger the Goyf, bigger the boom. Alright. Game 3. Burn. Yeah, I don't think I'm changing anything. This is what I want, alright? I want Overgrown Tomb, I want Blackleaf Cliffs, I want Fatal Push, I want Collective Brutality. Alright, well I can't really say no to this. It's got the Brutality. The opponent mulliganed. That's step 1. Spike, okay, that's a worse start. There's no turn 1 creature. Another Brutality, a welcome addition. Maybe have the Eidolon here. That would make a lot of sense from a keep at 6. Although I guess they don't really have the luxury of going down to 5 very often, so I guess not an Eidolon also makes sense. They could have the Skullcrack. Ooh, that's good. That was a good draw. So now I can make sure that the Brutalities actually get to gaining me some life. So I think I'll fetch basic Swamp and just Inquisition them. I would really like these brutalities to get their maximum value. Like if I skull crack here, if I collect brutality escalating, it's not like a disaster, but it definitely sucks. Alright, they have the skull crack. So let's just see like one spell and lands. Alright, I'll take a bolt. Go. Alright, so we're gonna get to brutality for some value. We know it hits stuff too. Alright, I think I'm okay pitching second Bloodbraid. Probably a land. I definitely want second brutality. Definitely want the ooze. Definitely want backup source of pressure. So I'm thinking it's just another land. I'm going to want double black for Liliana's. So I guess it's Stomping Grounds. I'll stay at 13 upon resolution. I'll take your Skewer from your hand. Kill your Eidolon. Okay. Alright, we're at 13. We've got sources of pressure and another brutality in hand. Feeling good. Another Eidolon's annoying. I think I'm just going to Scavenging Ooze and take my 2. I'll go to 11, and then I can eat my Bloodbraid, and then my Scavenging Ooze now blocks their Eidolon. It'll be unfortunate if they draw like Lightning Helix or Lightning Bolt. They can kill my Scavenging Ooze, and then attack me down to, I guess, 10. So I could just Brutality now, but I think I'm going to want to use it for the life gain mode. So I think I'm going to just try to get my pressure in now. Yeah, an Eidolon from them was a pretty interesting one. Then I'll go ahead and do this now to get around Skullcrack. Rift Bolt, yep, annoying. A Bolt effect is what I was hoping to dodge, because now I'm getting attacked. You know, I'm going to escalate this Brutality to drain for 2 and kill the Eidolon. I think my best draw here is probably just a tap land. Because then next turn I'm guaranteed an ooze, Bloodbraid Elf. Alright, so let's escalate. Cast with 2 modes. Target creatures -2, -2. And lose 2, I'll gain 2. So that and that. This and this. I'll discard a Crater Maker. So I'll remain at 10. And then hope this Bloodbraid is enough. He'll be at 11. I'm going to end up at 9 off of the Verdant. So I guess I need to hope this Bloodbraid gets there before they can draw 3 burn spells. They've got a Sunbaked Canyon in play. It's going to be close. Alright, that's not a burn spell. I like not a burn spell. Definitely want red, probably green in case of another ooze. So it would be Stomping Ground, but I've discarded it. So I guess I'll just get Overgrown Tomb. Well, I mean, I definitely am going to want to be able to activate Ravine if I want to get something like Swamp or Forest off of a fetch. So I guess it should be Blood Crypt. Okay, let's just get the pressure in play. Start attacking. This is a big cascade here. Alright, trophy not the most exciting. But I mean, I guess it's something. Maybe I should just, like, not trophy, because it takes a land out of their deck. Alright, let's get in for 3. Alright, 3 a turn, 3 a turn. Don't draw burn. That's not burn. Tarmogoyf, excellent. More pressure, more pressure. Give me more heat. Let's cut that clock off. One more turn. Did we do it? Did we do it? Yes! We did it. Alright, so we got the 4-1. Alright, so let's do a quick recap, because it's late where I am. It's exactly 2 in the morning. Alright, so we played against 3 effectively mono-red prowess decks. We played against actual burn twice and against blue-red prowess once. I guess it was mono-red prowess, so we played against blue-red prowess, and we played against actual burn. So we played against like one of each, like really fast aggro deck. We beating 2 of the 3. We lost to the first deck that was closer to like actual burn, the one with the Soulscar mages, and they just like kind of just drew. They just drew the burn spells when they needed to. Yeah, we got game 1 off of them, but then lost 2 and 3 despite having a couple sideboard cards. They just drew their critical mass, and we couldn't find adequate pressure. Like, we had a Tarmogoyf in one of the games, but they had the Path to Exile, and we didn't have means of discarding the Path to Exile. So, yeah, I mean, there's not much to say about that match other than it was kind of well played outside of my blunder in game 1, which actually did not end up costing us the game because we didn't play anything behind schedule. But yeah, the deck felt really, really smooth. I had lots of fun playing this particular list. I enjoyed the Kolaghan's commands still. Obviously against like the black-red and red-white prowess-centric decks, 2 damage isn't really going to do a whole lot, and discarding a card can sometimes help them. So if the meta is just going to be continuously full of those, maybe I go back down to 1 or 2 Kolaghan's commands, but for now I like continuing with 3. I still strongly dislike this trophy. We saw in multiple games where having the trophy early was really awkward, and we also saw one game where having the trophy where we were priced into casting it was actually actively bad for us because the opponent emptied their hand that much faster and was able to kill us. Still like the red and 6s. It's just a generic good card. I love Bob as a 1 or 2 of. Obviously bad versus the prowess stuff, which just so happens to be what we ran into this league. Pretty nice that like when I choose to start a league super late, I run into all the fast decks so I can finish up quicker than usual. I think 6 1-mana removal spells is where I want to be right now. Just on the account that aggro is so prevalent. And we saw it. It might have even been 4. It might have even been 4 hyper aggro decks that we saw. I don't quite remember. It's late. It's a little late. That's my bad. But I think, yeah, 6 1-mana hand disruption spells, 6 1-mana removal spells, probably where I want to be. Maybe where you want to be if you want to give it a shot. I think going forward, I'm definitely going to change this Assassin's Trophy. I hate Assassin's Trophy. I feel like the average like black-green X player just like, I don't know the word for it, like people just love catch-alls, and I don't understand it. Like, if you know what the meta is going to be like and you know what to expect, you can tune the deck however you want. Like, you shouldn't need a catch-all if you know what to expect and you can just tune the deck to destroy whatever you're hoping to destroy. Like, the games where, like, you kill a Tron land, for example, you're still not winning that game most of the time. They're just going to cast their spells. Like, the entire point of the deck is to assemble Tron, right? Like, killing a Tron land is hardly ever going to do it. Killing an Amulet Titan land is hardly ever going to do it. I just hate the card. Like, I play it because people tell me to try it out. They say, oh, you'll like it. I don't like Trophy. I really don't. Maybe I just play another Abrupt Decay. I haven't played more than one Abrupt Decay in a long time. Maybe I bring the Terminate back. Possible I bring the Terminate back. But yeah, I think I'm definitely going forward gonna try to get this trophy out of here. I still really like the 4 Lilianas of the Veil. Just a generically powerful card. Fantastic versus aggro. Pretty good in mirror matches and other mid-range matchups where the opponent doesn't have an active Renin 6. And Bloodbraid, obviously, just like probably the best 4-mana curve topper. Really good at swinging races and turning corners. I'm pretty satisfied with this main deck overall. Obviously, again, mentioning the Assassin's Trophy that I dislike. The sideboard, Crater Maker, not super strong versus the decks involving Prowess creatures because usually a single Prowess trigger will be enough to combat the damage. I brought the Crater Makers in starting a few days ago for the sideboard because I saw lots of artifact-oriented combo decks like Ad Nauseam, and also Eldrazi Tron is a pretty close to unfavorable matchup. And it's obviously great versus killing things like Reality Smasher. Doesn't kill Planeswalkers, right? Oh, it does. Destroy target colorless non-land permanent. So yeah, it actually does kill a Planeswalker. So it's phenomenal versus them. It gets a little bit better when I'm playing as many Kolaghan's commands as I'm playing. Still really like the idea of Plague Engineer. Brutality is fantastic. I think it's a 3-of pretty much for the next few weeks at least. Didn't have any scenarios where Pillage was good, but that could just be this league. I just saw mainly aggro. Ashiok still perfectly fine. Was good against our Temur matchup. Spellbomb, obviously just a very powerful way to disrupt the opponent's graveyard strategy. Let me move these over so you can see them. I liked them a lot. Brought them in versus the opponent playing Bedlam Reveler. It was good there too. And you know, like worst case scenario, they cycle, so like they're never truly dead. But I mean, spending 2 mana on nothing is not something you want to be doing. But if there's really nothing you want to bring out, like if you have cards in your main deck that are just so bad versus someone, and you just want a card that cycles for 2 mana, like sure, I guess. Didn't bring in the Spellbomb at all. Sorry, the Sphere at all. So can't really evaluate that. But I like this sideboard overall. I don't think I would change anything in it just based off of this one league, with the exception of if Prowess stays super popular and super prevalent, maybe I put another tool in it to beat those aggro decks, because my sideboard plan for them was just bringing 3 Brutality and 2 Crater Maker. And again, Crater Maker not super reliable versus killing Prowess trigger enabling creatures. And like with this specific configuration, I'm definitely looking to take out Dark Confidant. Thought Seizes ideally, and Renin 6 doesn't really do anything. So maybe there's like one more card that I can fit into the sideboard to deal with those matchups that isn't just like first Crater Maker. Or sorry, like Crater Maker still comes in because it was 3 Brutality, 2 Crater Maker, and then I was taking out Dark Confidant, these Renin 6s because they don't kill anything, and I was taking out a Thoughtseize. So like ideally I can get like this other Thoughtseize out and like bring in like one more thing. I was playing a Huntmaster in the past, but honestly, not that I got tired of it. Like I love Huntmaster to death. But it just didn't come in enough matchups. Like against Prowess decks, like it rarely kills anything when it flips, or people are always casting spells in that matchup. And like just 2/2/2s is rarely enough. Like it's kind of like what's the stupid card? It's like a common, which is why I don't remember the name. It's like 4 mana sorcery, make 2/2/2s with vigilance. Like even that would probably be better than Huntmasters. At least they attack with vigilance. So yeah, I just don't really like Huntmaster's position right now. Like if you want it as a good tool versus burn, I don't think 4 mana is where you want to be for 2 life and 2 bodies anyway. It's possible that Kitchen Finks is about to have its time again. That's something that I could experiment with. So yeah, maybe next league I'll try Kitchen Finks. Who knows? But yeah, that's what I was going forward. I'd add probably another tool for the aggro decks, and I would also probably get rid of this Assassin's Trophy. But yeah, other than those 2 notes, I think this league went fairly well. I feel like I learned something this league because I know I identified a few leagues ago that every time I lose prowess matchups or like burn matchups, it seems to be like I've stabilized at like between 9 and 12 life, and then I just like haven't been able to close the game, and the opponent just like drew burn spells and killed me anyway. So I was able to employ the strategy of really make sure that I find the threat, or if I don't have one, mulligan to a reliable threat plus at least 1 piece of interaction, because that gives you like a much higher percentage chance to win the game than if you were to just have like a solid hand with 3 pieces of interaction and no Tarmogoyf, for example. So I think having that threat versus the aggro decks is a really key piece of the puzzle. That's something I hadn't really been looking for in the past, but like now that I've been really prioritizing protecting my threat, because like sometimes you only get access to 1, like prioritizing protecting my threat has proven very valuable, and it's something I'm going to continue trying to test moving forward as a way of I guess what's the word, like strategy theory, or I guess matchup theory. Like my new matchup theory, which may be obvious to some, but I guess it wasn't to me in the past, is really protect that threat. Like I think like I'll mulligan to 5 if it means I can have like a hand of like 3 lands fatal push, Tarmogoyf. Like if I feel like the threat plus like at least a piece of interaction is enough to get ahead, as long as you draw moderately well following up those turns. So yeah, with that, I'm going to log off for the night and probably get some sleep. Sounds like a good idea to me. I hope you enjoyed this content. If you like it and would like to see more stuff like it, please like, subscribe, turn on the notifications, all the other YouTuber blah 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 blah. I'll be posting videos like this close to every day of the week. My goal is to have at least 4 up every week. I might be doing as many as 3 in a day. To culminate to as many as like maybe like 15 or 16 a week. I never know. It just whenever I get free time and have the Jundam out mood, and having I usually have the Jundam out mood, so these videos should be popping up pretty often. So stay tuned for more, and until then, see you next time.